Now, electricity is something we struggle to live without, but which most of us take for granted until, of course, it fails.
But keeping the power network running is a huge job, not least when thousands of miles of pylons have to be maintained. There's only one way to check them all, as Ben Chapman has been finding out.
Keeping the electricity running to our homes requires some power of the aerial kind.
So that's us now coming down to a normal patrol height.
Each summer, engineers from Northern Powergrid take to the skies to inspect 10,000 miles of power lines.
We're looking for every aspect of the overhead line. So it's vegetation issues, whether or not the trees are getting close to the conductors, if the insulators are okay, the pole is okay, danger of death notices are all okay.
We're flying just 20 feet above the cables to get the best possible view. It's about making sure more than 100,000 poles and pylons are as protected as possible against winter wind, ice and snow.
The next pole up ahead, there's a tree growing to the side of the pole, to the right-hand side. So it's just pre-warning, really. It's to say that there is a tree there, it is growing, and it's going to get closer to that line.
With so many power lines crisscrossing the field, some of them many miles from the nearest road, this really is the only effective way to check they're working properly before the power goes off altogether.
We are patrolling about 1,800 assets a day. So to do the same amount would probably take about 12 teams of two-man teams on Land Rovers to get that done.
The only equipment being used is the inspector's trained eye, but they do sometimes use infrared cameras to diagnose potential faults.
We tend not to think about electricity until it's not there, and we're out in the background all the time making sure that the overhead lines and the other assets we have are in full working order, and therefore people get on with their lives without really realising what's actually going on.
Around 1,000 problems a year are diagnosed like this and fixed. Just some of the lengths and heights engineers will go to keep the power on. Ben Chapman in Northumberland.